You know, there's movies that I always think that should always have a that I think a lot of times people ought to give a second chance, and it's called The Darkest Hour. Now I remember thinking that this was going to be a good movie, and when I finally watched it, I thought it was a good movie. Now this movie really caught me by surprise, and I was shocked how good it was. But uh, it came out in 2011, and I'll read the plot synopsis, and we'll go from there. Uh, this is on my Prime channel, my Prime membership, but a sci-fi thriller featuring mind-blowing special effects from the minds of visionary filmmaker Tamar Bekmambetov and director Chris Gorat. I think these people from overseas somewhere because I could barely pronounce their name. But Darkest Hour is a story of five young people who find themselves stranded in Moscow fighting to survive in the wake of a devastating alien attack. This movie, I was, this movie should get more recognition than it's getting. And it's a science fiction, suspense, exciting, serious, and it all that in one. And it's 89 minutes long. But I'm just telling you guys to put this on your radar. Radar. Put this on your radar. It's called The Darkest Hour. Now, like I said, it came out in 2011, but it's one of those movies that just caught me by surprise. I thought the special effects was good. I thought the concept of the story was good. I uh, I really enjoyed this movie, and the way the movie left off is that they were they got on this submarine, the survivors of it, because obviously people died because the aliens that survived, that the aliens that was attacking, it was weird how they made these aliens look. They had no form or shape. They just looked like some type of like a space jellyfish like. But you can see them a little bit and you can't. But man, when you touch them, you would just disintegrate. The special effects on this was awesome. Uh, this is one of those movies I go back to and watch all the time. Seriously, I was very impressed with this movie. But it's called The Darkest Hour, man. It's like I said, it's like I said, it's like Darkest Hour is a story of five young people who find themselves stranded in Moscow. They're Americans, and they have to survive the wake of a devastating alien attack. And then when they get they're in Moscow and they're Americans, but then when they get on the radio, they find out that a lot more other countries around the world, including the USA, has uh, has been attacked by these aliens. But they just happen to be over in Russia at the same time. So it's a good concept. It really is. It's one of those movies I got my playlist. The movies that caught me by surprise, and then I got one called uh, the 80s or something like that. But this is one that caught me by surprise. I mean, it is. If you watch it, it still holds up today. Like I said, it came out in 2011, and I just like I said, man, if you guys have not watched this movie, I'd suggest you watch. Like I said, they just went over to Moscow to try to make a business deal. Then it fell through, and so they decided to go to this nightclub, and there's two American guys, and they run into this two American girls, and they go to this nightclub, and all of a sudden, the lights, all the electricity went out, and then they go outside, and that's when they see all this stuff floating from the sky, and then it lands, and then there's this this cop, which is in Moscow. He goes up, and when he goes up, he puts a stick up there, and then it just disintegrates, and then all of them starts running back into the building, and they just start attacking and everything like that, and then they were trying to figure out how they could defeat these aliens, and they did. I'm trying to figure out how did they defeat these aliens. I know they found out a way to defeat them. I can't figure out what it was, but anyway, um, they figured out how to defeat them. But it was rough because these things was these things was just they was just it was I'm this movie caught me by surprise. But anyway, I just told you, and like I said, I know some of y'all probably already watched it, but I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed this one. This one's one that caught me by surprise. It's going on my caught me by surprise list on my playlist. But anyway, if you guys have not checked out this movie, it's called The Darkest Hour. And yeah, I know that I want to put this out there. I do know I'm a bit odd talking about my movies, and I'm a bit awkward, and sometimes I fumble because I don't like to write stuff down. I try to wing it, but sometimes when I write stuff down, I do a lot better. But anyway, this is what you get. But what I'm saying is that a lot of times I do bring movies to you guys that are really old, and because I like a lot of older movies, you know, and I don't like all the new stuff, all the new stuff that's coming out. Like there's movies that comes out in the theater. I like to talk about them, but everybody usually uh, usually floods YouTube with the newer movies, which is cool. But a lot of movies I bring to you guys, I usually bring you guys a lot of movies that I'm just looking for a certain small demographic of people that might like the same type of stuff that I kind of like. So that's why I do a lot of bit of odd stuff on this YouTube channel because I'm trying to find select some people that's like, oh, I remember that movie. Yeah, man, this dude's pretty cool, man. I kind of like the movies he's talking about, man. I like it, and so that's why I drop videos like this. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. God bless. Take care. We'll catch you next video. The Darkest Hour. The Darkest Hour. Check it out. 89 minutes. Came out 2011. We'll see you.